Hits 1039 FM. And of course, the music you're listening to is from one great man. I don't know, but he's just one great personality. Ivan is small, but he's here with us this morning, and he's in the person of OJ. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Bless you. I'm very blessed.
And I'm fortunate. Yeah, okay. I'm fortunate to be one of the people who receives messages and videos from you.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm blessed to have that.
I'm blessed too. I mean, once is Doreen. I mean, who can skip you? Your personality, your demeanor, everything says it all.
Thank you so much.
God has connected us together. I can stick to that.
Amen to that. My listeners would like to know, where have you been?
I've been around. Once I qualify to live on earth, I can be at anywhere that I want to be. I've been around. I've devoted quite considerable amount of time to family.
Oh, okay.
So I'm with family more.
Okay, more.
I live in Ghana, but I spend more time with them. Yeah, it's important to strike a balance.
Very important. Very important. I mean, most of us are not able to balance it, but I think it's a gradual step. Once you're growing, you tend to appreciate it, and you're able to balance it at some point.
It's difficult, but but you know, nobody has time. We make time.
We make time.
So I mean, when it comes to raising your kids, you don't have any excuse. Because they are very vulnerable at that stage.
Yeah.
And it will take you as an adult to raise them up.
Yeah.
You don't just take care of children. You take care of them and you raise them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, society will raise them for you. But they will end up coming out in a bad way. Because the kind of songs that I do, if I do songs to inspire people, if I advise people through music, and when I turn back and I look at my family and I've not been able to live up to expectation as a father, it will be like, it will put me at the level of being a hypocrite.
True. Very, very true.
Because as a musician, the words we say, we are like prophets. And at the same time, your song become like a mirror and a snake. When you sing a song, you look into a mirror, you see yourself in the song. And if your behavior does not match to what you say, the song will tend to be like a snake, and it will bite you from the neck and you bleed for long. Yeah.
And that's not a good thing at all.
Good thing. So it's like a balance.
You know, now that you actually spoke about your kind of songs, or the kind of music you put out there, then it brings me to this point. Your songs are so unique. They're unique to the point that sometimes you listen to the lyrics and it's hitting you right there, and you're like, is he talking to me? Does he know my story? That's how it feels most of the time when you release a song. And so I like to find out, how do you do your music? How do you put your music together?
I try to stay inspired, and also there is an element of something that I called 4H. A B C D E F G H. 4H. You have to connect to people through their heart. You offer them hope. You offer them humor and help. So as an artist, when you want to write a song, the first thing that you need to do is that people should not just hear the song; they must see the song. Because when people hear it, they easily forget. But when they see, it stays on their minds. So I connect with you through the heart. Meet people at the emotional level first, and by so doing, when they see themselves in what you are singing, that is where it gets them hooked to it. So as an artist, you hold the key to people's emotions and how their heart respond to things. Okay. So I relate with people from that angle. I try to get them through their emotions. That's the heart side. Then from there, you move to a play that I called Help.
Okay.
What are you singing about? What message do you have in the song? Is it going to help them, or is it going to put them down? So you employ that kind of thing also into the song. Then after that, you apply humor. Give them a reason for them to celebrate. Give them a reason for them to laugh. Then you show them what you are saying in the song. Show them, help them to know that this is what I want you to do. If I'm singing about Mayesa Mopeng, be careful with your life. If I'm singing about praise, I'm telling you that I'm pointing you back to God, that He's the source and the author and the finisher of our faith. So music is not just singing and putting melody over rhythm. It's a whole lot. Psychology is part of music. Spirituality is part of music. I mean, emotional balance, everything. Because music will alter your emotions. Yeah. The song that I'm singing, there's the way somebody is jumping to it. The person is nodding their head. If you change the rhythm right now and you zoom it to apogee, you see that people will be nodding their head. And if I we play slowly. Obi nyawa, it will calm people down right now. So when you're a musician, you are like an emotional controller. You control people's emotion at any point in time.
Whew. Yeah. And for me, it's how your voice switches. Like when you're going and the part, so Obi nyawa ya, you know how to say it.
Yeah.
It's different when you say it like it sounds very emotional, just to let you know that whatever you have, somebody would want to be like you.
Yeah.
Somebody is like you. So it's how you actually, put it. Oh my goodness, OJ, you have no idea. I mean, when you're put and this technique you just or what you just shared with me, it applies to every song you put out there. That's good. Yeah. And how long does it take for you to put a song together?
Creativity is not just a straight jacket. Creativity, there are some songs that can take me about 5 to 10 years.
Wow.
Some songs take me like an hour, some minutes, depending on what you put in the song and the inspiration that comes to you.
Okay.
There are some of the songs that the song comes. That one I have no control unless I have finished writing them. And there are some of the songs that I call topical writing. Like I choose a topic. Okay, let me write about love. I have a song that I call Madame Foua. It's a love song. Yeah, that I say a lot of things in that song. People were like, hey, are you that romantic? I let people see my other side.
Yeah.
I say words in it that people were like, hey, science someone. I said, I don't see what come. But no adoko de na wa buy me do mu de no me kakra na me are odo. I let people see that Minister Oje can actually make people laugh. Yeah, every time bia na me too, for any time bia na me inspire, or there are some time that I want you to know that we enjoy love, but there is nothing wrong with it. So as a musician, you sit down and you control how people should behave through your music.
Wow.
If I want you to cry, I know a song that I will write and I know the words that I will use. Not the words I'm going to say, but the words that I'm going to paint for you to see. So, they will use that song to do that. Yeah. So, if you're a musician, you are such a powerful person unless you don't know.
Wow. This is so cool. I'm trying to sing.
Sing,
I'm being honest with you. I'm a musician. I always say it, but OJ, they wouldn't let me speak.
Don't mind them. Sing. When you get to heaven, you are going to sing. So you
exactly.
Practice it here. Don't let anybody rob you.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is so beautiful to hear. And whilst as you said, you're here, but mostly you visit family and all that. I'm sure you've taken the time to actually still sit and still listen to what goes on in the industry in terms of music, our musicians, those who are coming, those who are yet to come, upcoming ones and all that. What are your general impressions from where you sit in terms of our gospel space, music-wise and personality-wise?
They are doing very well. When I stretch it, they are doing very well because these days we hold concerts and our stages are not boring. You see lighting, everything. You see that complete production is going on.
Yeah.
Like the likes of Minister Joe Metal, MOG, Ohima Mercies, Sissy Chums. People are doing well. People are doing very well. So it's not like those times that Kofobeka say, well, Christopher, we are boring. We are not boring anymore. And one thing that I can also say that every generation and their language.
Yeah.
Every generation and what pushes them. Now we live in a society where people don't pay too much attention to things that we stretch for long. People are more interested in content. We are in a content-driven society. So even the reels that we see, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, if you're not able to make any sense within your first 30 seconds, 1 minute, somebody will just flip it and move to the next thing. Yes. So the world is growing at a very fatter space. It's moving very fast. And that is what this generation is known for. I call it the microwave generation. There is AI, there are a lot of things. So people don't do much thinking. Machines, things are done quite mechanically. So, that is the kind of generation that we have. Unlike ours, where people used to pay much attention to what are you saying in your song. It's not how nice the song sounds or the upbeat. But the Generation Z and Generation X, that's what they are.
Generation Alpha.
Generation Alpha, they are yet to meet the Omega, but at the end of the day, So what I would say is they should delve more into the language that they use to write a song. Whether you are writing in English or you are writing in Twi, study the language. There's a difference between speaking and understanding the language.
Yeah.
If you want to sing in English, learn the language. Learn how to write. Learn how to be poetic, because that is how your song can stay for long and it will become timeless. So yeah.
Wow, interesting. Now, do you write songs for people?
Yeah, I do. I've written songs for a couple of people. Yeah.
Okay, then that's good. And you make money from it.
Yeah. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm pouring myself into my kids.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pouring myself into them. So
music-wise?
Music-wise, yes.
And have you found any of them who is like?
All of them, they have it.
They have it.
They have it. Especially my last girl, my daughter. She writes. Okay. She's a serious writer. Very artistic. She has flair for beautiful things, fashion, poetry, and those things. So I see that she's gravitating towards my gifting, and it's very good. And it's like a covenant in my father's house. As soon as you hit your mid-20s, whatever you are doing, you stop and come and do music. Okay. So I'm just monitoring them, but I'm teaching them how to play the piano and how to put words and lyrics together. Yeah.
Wow, sounds really good. It's still Daybreak Hitz on Hit 1039 FM, and my guest this morning is gospel musician OJ. And so far we've been speaking on music, everything, and he's just been away, but he's still around with us. So yes, it's been quite interesting, and we have more because he has a new song out, and I believe that we all cannot wait to hear that song. OJ, there's been a conversation. It's been going on and it's still going on, and sometimes I get men of God sitting here, and when I ask them, they still give their answers, but because you are someone who is so into it, you're a minister as well, and I really want to get your thoughts on this. And it's all about conversation about gospel musicians collaborating with secular artists. Some say that, some believe that some of the gospel musicians who have collaborated with secular artists, things have not gone well for them. Some of them, their should I say, their fan base have gone down a bit. People are not patronizing them like before, because they think that once you're a gospel musician, you stay in your lane, you don't go working with a secular artist. Whereas others also say that it's also a way to win souls for Christ, because if you collaborate with a secular artist, then of course you're able to bring that other side to the gospel space. But of course, these are opinions by people. What are your general impressions of this?
Well, it depends on your assignment. You see, this gift that we have, I didn't tell God to give me the gift as a musician. He's the one who gave me the gift. And any gift that God gives you, you are assigned to certain people. What is your area of calling and your sphere of influence? The kind of song that I do, I don't only do my song for just church people. I do it for those who have not yet entered the fold. So Muslims can relate to my songs, people who go to church, people who don't go to church. And per my background, I studied music at school. Yeah. I studied music at Prempeh, Legon. I was trained as a musician. I was not trained as a gospel or a Christian musician. I was trained as a musician first, a musician who is a Christian. So when I do gospel music, it is a choice that I've decided to do, apart from it being a calling. Because if I choose to do her life, yeah. But there are some people, their calling, it is mandatory. Stick to this. Don't go there. So go to the God who gave you the gift and ask him, what is my area of calling and what path am I supposed to chart? That is what you should ask yourself first. So because no secular musician, I'm not going to disagree with the person because maybe the covenant between him and his God, and but he catch him say, "Who be flow?" And no, that doesn't mean the person is going to draw me back into the world. You see, and when it comes to secular music, something is secular. It means it's all around. Yeah. It can be everywhere. There was a time, one of the major breakthroughs I had in my life was with the British Council. He gave me a turnaround, 2007, 2008. And they were looking for musicians in Africa, 10 musicians. And I happened to be one of them, myself, Emma, we were about 10. Wow. It was pure secular institution. But, and a mamiska. So if I didn't have my training as a musician, they knew how good I was. They didn't care whether I was a gospel musician. They were looking for a musician. An opportunity came. And the song that we performed, I scored most of the songs, and it was good. So if someone collaborates with a secular artist, depending on the content of the song, content is everything. Because one of the things I have seen that in Ghana here, they judge a gospel song based on who is singing it. Okay. People have release gold Christian music, good gospel song, but because they were secular artists, the people still see it as her life. A song like "Sufre Unyami." If I had sang it, they would have named it as a gospel song.
Yeah.
But because it's a match, they don't say a her life.
Okay.
So what is the content in the song? If I have someone like a secular artist like Akwabwa or Kwabena or somebody, and they said, let's write a song, let's do a song and glorify God, I will do it. I don't mind. But if somebody that won't do it, I'm not going to condemn that person. And the thing is, this is my take. If you want people to come to you, go to their level, but make sure that you are stronger so that they don't win you to their side.
Okay.
Pilot now, or funny player now, or a tree player, do you know where he is? Yes, but would you need him or ride from America? Be do
Yes.
I'll say Christian pilot on Kwanichu. If you want to be an accountant, be a Christian, go to a Christian school, become a Christian accountant, work in a Christian institution. But you go to a secular school to become an accountant and you work in a secular institution or, within the church. We are in the world, but not of the world. You can't live in the world and isolate yourself completely from it.
Yeah.
Make sure that you become bold and strong enough that the person will not win you to their side, so that you become a light to them. Let your light so shine before all men, so they may see. The people who are walking around, they see what we are doing. If they don't read our Bible, they will watch our body language. Because Christianity is a body language. It is only God who sees from the inward. But man look at the outward. So outwardly, what are you projecting? They are reading you. So if they read you and they see that, okay, you're arrogant, you're crying by your heart, they won't come to you. If Jesus had come in our age, people would have just shun him away. Omega say, you mingle with Zacchaeus, you mingle with the woman with the issue of blood, you mingle with sinners. Those are the people Jesus was hanging out with. But they were not able to influence him. He was able to influence them. So let's go into the world and bring them back to Christ. We shouldn't condemn them. For me, I don't see it like that.
That's quite interesting. That's a different, twist to all of it. But I hope that we all get some of these opinions, because some of them, when they come, they don't even want to talk about it. Like, they just don't want to talk about it.
If the person doesn't want to talk about it, that is him.
Yeah.
Because the people, and
yeah.
we judge people. You're judging too much. That is why when someone is a Christian and they fall, it is difficult for them to rise up. Because we will judge you and let you know that what you say. And you're judging based on their own. So if I sin and I sin secretly, people will see me as a holy person.
Yeah.
But someone who doesn't sin that much, but he sins once and it is out there, everybody will condemn that person. With your
music, we enjoyed it here, but when you are out there, do you hear your songs being played?
Oh, I do hear. Especially when they hear that I'm coming around, then they start playing Miss Mo.
They start playing it, yeah.
Once you are out of sight, you are out of mind.
Yes.
But there's kind of song that I do. You shouldn't see me before you play my songs. The songs are there. They are, by the grace of God, it you can relate to it. So why don't you play it? And sometimes when people start playing it and they play so much, I'll start getting calls. That also we okay.
Yeah,
but almost things but in Ghana, when they play a song more than necessary, it means that something has happened to you or you are dead. You shouldn't wait till you get to that level.
Of course. You have a new song.
Yes, darling.
What's the title of it?
Adom Ahyaseɛ.
Adom Ahyaseɛ.
Adom Ahyaseɛ.
You have quite unique titles to your songs. And why Adom Ahyaseɛ? Na Adom ne die uwadada.
But Adom has a point that it meets you. Grace has a beginning. The Bible says we are saved by grace. And I'm Adom. So for me, my life is hinged on grace.
Okay.
Anything that I have seen in my life, any manifestation of God's grace anything that I've seen, any manifestation of God's hand has been grace. Because if I look at my background, I should not be sitting here. Because I told you, the tree natural brofo. So even for me to sit on radio and express myself is something that I would say came as a result of grace. And the people that God brought into my life in my journey, it's been grace. Because those who have done me well, those who have contributed heavily into my life were people that I didn't relate by blood, through blood. But there were strangers who came into my way and they offered help. And if it's not God's grace, what else can I count on? It's been grace. So I said, if you're teaching a medu baby, a medu, some of us, we come from a very God has been good to me. For me, God has been so good to me. And the fact that Ghanaians even love my song, it takes grace. Because the people who write better songs, good songs, they do good promotion, yet when they bring their songs out, people don't even give them a listening ear. And consistently for over 20-something years, if people can still love my song and hate will even invite me to come here and sit, it means what I'm doing is very effective.
Of course, grace. Of course.
Yes, but we tend to forget about the grace of God because we think that whatever we've been able to achieve in life, we got it by way of how smart we are, the kind of school we attended, the kind of links that we have. But the Bible says, by strength shall no man prevail. So I believe that the God factor is something that we cannot take it out of our lives, because in Him we live and move and have our being. So Adom Ahyaseɛ.
Right. So Adom Ahyaseɛ is the brand new one from OJ and for
Minister OJ.
Minister OJ.
The reason being that Minister blood is it means a servant,
of course,
because if you go on YouTube and you type OJ, you get about thousands of OJ that will come.
So this one has to be Minister OJ, servant. All right. So we have a brand new one from him, and right here on Daybreak Hitz, DJ Bradash is ready, and so let's listen to Adom Ahyaseɛ. It's just taking my mind to a lot of things, and I'm just saying, no matter where we are, whatever we have seen in life, wherever we stand, it's by the grace of God. It's like, and I keep saying, you just make your music so relatable. Like everybody can connect to it, and everybody can actually tell how it feels. And I know that if you were to put people on the spot, everybody will tell you what God has done for them.
Yeah, it's true.
And this is so beautiful.
Thank you. We thank God.
You produced it yourself?
Yeah. My brother did it. Joe Aware.
Okay.
Yes. He's our fifth born. You know, we have 4 boys and 2 beautiful ladies. So yeah, my sibling, he has a studio in UK, so we produce everything there.
Wow.
We've done about 10 songs. Yeah. Now I'm going to release consistently.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to space it up like the way I used to do. The world has changed, so I need to gravitate towards change.
I love the drums.
There's a portion in the song that I love so much. It says, "Ejumadiya yebi nanso adom ka ho." You see, I said, grace transcends human labor.
Yeah.
Heaven and earth can testify that if God hadn't sustained me, my life would have been filled with misery. Ejumadiya yebi nanso adom ka ho. Osoro ni asase di madanse se senyame asomi mu a kameye mobopa.
Yeah.
Doni mineno we share me ahofem. The one who knows Doreen now sees you. You are sitting behind the console. You have your headphones and everything. They see how beautiful you look today, but they don't know your story. The one who saw you from the beginning knows how you started off.
Exactly.
And so we try nation my brabo ma nyame bi. Me church them say them we be kasa tintin. But man nyame asiabo nya for me. Nyame awaye mi ye. Me da wase. Lord, I want to thank you for the silent battles you fought for me. God has fought a lot of silent battles for us, and He keeps fighting.
He keeps fighting.
Why is you sitting here? You
don't even know what's going on.
You don't know what is going on. You don't know who has sent a query to your bosses. I'm Doreen on yes, but the boss will say, in spite of all that, still keep her at post. Keep her on that seat.
Exactly.
Let her hold that program. Silent battles are going on your behalf.
Yeah.
And sometimes you are interested in the physical battles that we see. But the silent ones are the most important ones.
Yeah.
Your heart is pumping blood right now. Your kidneys are functioning. Your arteries, your veins, everything is working now. But because you don't see it, you only appreciate it when you have a problem with your eye.
Yeah.
Because, many years because we need you. But your heart is working silent battles for you.
Yeah.
So the battle that are going on around us that we don't see, God steps into it for us. So I was giving people a reason to be grateful. I was pointing people to the fact that don't take God's grace for granted, because grace is fighting for us. God's grace works for us in so many ways and in several aspects. So Adom Ahyaseɛ is like that. Obia wana Adom Ahyaseɛ. For some, it's a teacher who decided to take interest in you and said that you're a very sharp girl. I will help you. I will even pay your fees for you. For some, it is your boss, the one who decided to employ you. Everybody kicked against you, but he said, no, let's give the girl a try. She has something in her. Let her try. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, then minimum and work. But somebody stood on your behalf. Yeah. So Adom has a source. If you be Adom Ahyaseɛ from the womb, Obi Ahyaseɛ from the parents, Obi akwa politics na Adom Ahyaseɛ. Enye this and MPP akonyo bia. Because we school crab bia wanye adwuma da bonya political appointment, and from there his life has been going on. So where did grace locate you? Adom Ahyaseɛ same kai. na me dwene de nyame di me du abrabo mu na Doreen
You're not dumb. Minister OJ.
Yes, darling.
Any concert? Because
from next year. Yeah, because I think the concerns and the pressure has been too much.
Yes.
I've never had a concert. Of
course.
Yeah. I used to put a lot into my album launch. I used to do like a mini concert anytime I had an album launch. That is where I put a lot of strength into it. But now it looks like a lot of companies are calling me. They said, you do it, we come and support you.
Exactly.
Just do it. Yes. So I've put some few heads together, and I don't want to do just a regular concert. I want it to be ministry based. Like people will come and people will conceive, people will come, the blind eyes will open, people will come with their clutches and they put it down because the Spirit of God will be at work. Yes, because what I do, I consider it as ministry more than entertainment. When we do gospel, there are two sides. Ministry first, before industry. No. Because the one who called us, if you read this book, 48 Laws of Power, the first rule says never outshine the master. I read that book about 12 years ago, a long time. So that rule has not left me.
Yeah.
You can't outshine God because he said, I can give you everything, but my glory will I share with no one. So when it comes to gospel, you are not seeking to make a name for yourself. You are seeking to glorify God.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing a concert, it's not going to be entertainment based. It's going to be ministry based. People must come and have testimonies because those things are going to be my reward in heaven.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So this song that is out, Adom Ahyaseɛ, where do we get the song?
On all the social media platforms and all the streaming platforms. If you go on YouTube, it's there, Minister OJ. Minister OJ on YouTube, Minister OJ on Facebook, Minister OJ on X, Minister OJ on Instagram, Minister OJ. I'm Snapchat and gonna minion snap here. Maybe I'll chat later. But it's everywhere. He's on Boomplay, he's on Amazon, he's on Spotify, he's on Baby now they know where to get it. Because we don't produce CDs anymore.
Yes.
So let them go and stream for us so that we can get some coins and some pens and also produce more music.
And have you shot a video for it?
Yeah. So I've shot a visualizer for it.
Okay.
And from the way it is going, I think I might even keep it like that.
You might.
Because the song is self-explanatory. I don't have to put a video to a lot of acting into it.
You used to do that a lot too.
I used to do that. Anytime that I do that, when I see people are doing it, people start copying it, I stop. Because you must always be different.
Yeah.
The only time you'll be recognized is how different you are, not how similar you do stuff. Yeah. If I were to do my songs in a regular way, it could be normal. But when you listen to my song, as a gospel, as a new gospel, but towards the end, I'll introduce the element of salvation.
Yeah.
So every song that I sing, all my live series songs, it has the element of salvation in it. Then when I come to my SMO when I come to Medru, Mediaseda Manyankupon, or Shamiding, Medianura, Be Madisuan, or Chinadie. I point you back to God.
Yeah.
When I come to Adom Ahyaseɛ, Lord, I want to thank you for the silent battles you fought for me. There's a portion in the song that I said, Dear Obia ya miss me yebi. If you are a radio host, there are a lot of radio stations. Why are people listening to Hit 103.9? Because Grace been at home said, let's go and listen to Doreen.
Yeah.
Let's go and listen to Hit. Let's go and listen to Daybreak. People listen to your program. Not because they know you're better, but in your you can't even explain it yourself. There are people fighting for you, saying, no, love for Doreen, don't go there. She's a good girl. I mean, the way she hosts the program, I love that lady. I have people. I remember I went for an interview and some macho guys approached me. He said, boss, the way you see power semuno. He said, the only person say he doesn't know what to do Niska, but or when I hold in say Ubi me friend on
oh my goodness.
So as you go around, people love us.
Yes.
And he agrees. Because me I want to meet me but me Ubi come as bit my pine panano.
That's all.
Because you've spoken something ill about Minister OJ. So people love us, and it's not because of what we have done. I think grace plays a major part.
Very, very important. So a brand new one from Minister OJ, and he calls this one Adom Ahyaseɛ. Please, my brother, my sister, I have listened to this song. I love it. I connect with it. And I know you all will equally connect to it. This is not his first song. Minister OJ has a lot of songs that we can all connect to. And you know how he does it every time he releases a song. Go out there in your numbers. Go and stream the song. Listen to it. And please, when you listen to, find a way to give thanks to God, because it's not easy. No matter who you are, even the richest person will still need God to be able to go around with whatever they are doing. So go and stream the song, listen to it, and also follow him on all his social media platforms. I always say he's a good songwriter, he's a good producer, he's literally good at everything, and he has a listening ear when you want to talk to him as well. So do well to reach out to him on social media in case of anything, and I bet you will not be the same. Minister OJ, yes, thank you so much for coming through this morning. I really appreciate it. And please, don't stop sending me your messages. Anything to do with you, please continue sending them to me. I also appreciate it.
Thank you. And let me also thank, the head of this beautiful production and this entire media. My idea. Thank you so much for also inviting me to come around. I don't deem it lightly at all. Sometimes when you become a celebrity, we ride over people, but I don't let that get into me. All the guys around at Studio B, the big boss hanging in there,
DJ
big
Badash.
men. Also hearing the phone, so but it's all good. So a very big thank you to all the bloggers. They've been fantastic. They've promoted this album, especially my TikTokers on social media. It started from there. It's been awesome. And I want to say a very big thank you to the production. My brother Joe Aware, all the way in UK, Bedford. Joe, thank you so much. My brother Ben, our last one, he played the bass. Yeah. I have Kiki on it. I have Esther Godwell. I have Pasami. They all did very well. Kufima, they did the drums. And you buy in a moment fans, but you go for the bomber and you know. So let me say a very big thank you to them, and also to my manager Daniel Chum and Minister Kreza Pau, Gospel Billboard, any Panama Dawson, Lawyers Hype, Kingdom Avenue, all the bloggers, they've been so good.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
This is Hits.